Welcome race fans here to race number 11 of the 2015 NASCAR Spring Up Series season, live from the Kansas Speedway, the Spongebob Squarepants 400. We're here today at Kansas under the lights for 27 laps of racing, as we'll be doing race number 2 of this weekend. Last night in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series race from Kansas, you saw Timothy Peters pick up his first win of 2015. So far, we have 8 different winners in the first 10 races of the year. The front row have not been to victory lane yet. Number 22, Joey Logano, who won at this track in the fall of last year. Starting on the pole, Joey Logano, second pole of the 2015 season. And then on the outside is the 41 of Kurt Busch. On row 2, we have the 19, Carl Edwards with a different sponsor, Comcast, on board that number 19 Toyota. Alongside is Kevin Harvick, one of our two-time winners in 2015. Row 3, Matt Kenseth in the 20 has a couple of wins here, and the 88 of Dale Jr. in the Kelly Blue Book Chevrolet. And running up the top 10 is Jeff Gordon, Austin Dillon, Brad Keselowski, and rookie Ryan Blaney in your top 10. That is all of the pre-race news. Let's send it down trackside so we can get the most famous words in all of motorsports. And I just missed it. Oh well. Anyway, check out your starting grid for today's Spongebob Squarepants 400. Okay, we are going green this time. Remember, next weekend is the Sprint All-Star race, so make sure you remember to cast your vote for the Sprint fan votes. And because this race is called the Spongebob Squarepants 400, let's show you some guys who will be carrying some of the pit schemes. The number 33 this weekend, driven by Ty Dillon, has his Plankton. The 55 of Brian Vickers has the Spongebob. 13 of Casey Mears has the Squidward. Michael McDowell had the Larry the Lobster, but he did not make the show. Green flag is out as Matt DiBenedetto had trouble getting up to speed. You're underway with Logano and Kurt Busch side by side for the lead. And Carl Edwards in the 19 pushing Logano by Kurt Busch. Kenseth and Jeff Gordon lined up on the inside. They make their way off turn 2 down the back straightaway. Edwards to the inside of Logano. And Martin Truex Jr. got real sideways down the back straightaway. Possibly got some help from the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. And then look at these guys. 4 wide off turn 4. Casey Kane, Justin Allgaier, Brian Vickers pushing Casey Mears. But look at the run Casey Kane has. He moves to the inside of Casey Mears. Vickers slides high, has his teammate David Reagan behind him. Allmendinger, Boyer, Kyle Busch, McMurray on the inside. Stewart right up against the wall, 4 wide down the back straightaway. Stewart gets in the wall. Boyer almost overjaws it. Ty Dillon has nowhere to go. And Tony Stewart is stuck in the wall. Off turn 4, Alex Bowman is able to miss the 14, but look at all the track position. That 14 car has lost 26 in points for the 3-time champion Tony Stewart. And there's Matt DiBenedetto. He is already on pit road. But we have a new race leader, Matt Kenseth, in the 20, out in front of Carl Edwards, his teammate. And then Kurt Busch, Joey Logano, and Jeff Gordon, top 5. Denny Hamlin, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick, and Brad Keselowski, top 10. Ryan Newman, Paul Menard, Casey Kane now driving by Kyle Larson for 13th. Austin Dillon 15th, Ryan Blaney, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who had a great run at Talladega, Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch, and Jamie McMurray in top 20. Eric Almirola, Ty Dillon, Greg Biffle was originally supposed to run a SpongeBob paint scheme. I forgot to get a scheme for that, my bad. As we're 3 wide once again, Clint Boyer, Michael Annett, and David Reagan, who almost won last week at Talladega. Got passed off turn 4 by Almirola. And look at the run Reagan has on the outside of Michael Annette, and I believe we might have a caution. No, but we had the 26 of Jeb Burton almost in the wall. Vickers now to the inside of Michael Annette. There's Trevor Bain in that 6 Advocare 4 on the inside. And we got Trouble Bain in the grass. Michael Annette in the outside wall. Bain's able to merge safely onto the track, and Michael Annette is able to keep his car straight, but see all the damage on the right side of that Cypress Chevrolet. H. Scott Motorsports' second team. Sophomore driver Michael Annette. He falls all the way back to around 36. There's the 14 of Tony Stewart right up ahead, and side by side for you. Here comes Kenseth, who trying to get the lead back from Carl Edwards, who was able to get the lead away. Kurt Busch has caught him. He is third. Logano and Hamlin. Looking at your top 5, that 20 car is the only guy who does have a win in 2015. That came at Martinsville earlier this year. Edwards has not been in victory lane since Sonoma of last year. Kurt Busch been longer Martinsville for that 41 car. Joey Logano has not won since the Kansas race. Hassley has not won a cup race since this track 1 year ago in the chase. Denny Hamlin, Talladega of last year. Jeff Gordon was able to get a win earlier this year at California. Paul Menard having another great run, 7th place for Paul Menard, a guy who's trying to get into the Sprint All-Star race by getting a win here tonight at Kansas. Casey Kane has been able to make his way up to 8th place. Brad Keselowski and Jimmy Johnson. As you know, it's Dale Jr. now your top 10. Then Jimmy Johnson in 11th. Ryan Newman, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. now up to 13th. Kevin Harvick has slipped back to 14th. Richmond winner Kyle Busch is 15th. Kyle Larson, McMurray, Dillon, Blaney, and Truex Jr. Here's the Joe Fox, number 33 of Ty Dillon. I believe he's making his 2nd start of the 2015 season. He attempted to qualify for the Daytona 500, but Ty Dillon did not qualify for the 500. And he also raced in another race this year, one of the mile-and-a-half tracks, but finished last. Right now running solidly in 21st, with the most recent winner, Alan Morilla, in 22nd. Sam Hornish, Greg Biffle, and E.J. Allmendinger is at the top 25. And Clint Boyer, who comes into this race 27th in points, right now 26 on the board. Ryan Vickers, your Daytona 500 champion, and 12th in points, is currently right now running in 27th. Justin Allgaier, sophomore driver, 28. Tony Stewart has worked his way up to 29th, and Trevor Bain gets out 30. Matt DiBenedetto is 3 laps off from the leaders, as we have trouble up ahead. Caution is actually out, and we had damage on the 13 of Casey Mears. And also on pit road is the 7 of Alex Bowman. We have actually been under caution for a while, and a lot of front end damage on the Squidward Chevrolet of Casey Mears. And as you just saw, we have guys coming down pit road, being led by the 20 of Matt Kenseth. And we're going to watch the race off pit road, see if anybody or anyone can get around that 20 car. And as you see, Joey Logano has that number 1 pit stall, which could be an advantage for the AAA team. Well, we see any pit strategies here. Here's Menard off. He looks like may have taken 2 tires because he got off pretty quickly. But Kenseth will win the race off pit road with Kurt Busch, Carl Edwards, Jeff Gordon, and Paul Menard. Keselowski, Newman, Kane, Stenhouse, and Joey Logano. But the caution came out with Alex Bowman and Casey Mears. Let's check out a replay. Well, it's very unfortunate for the 13 of Casey Mears, because what's going to happen is right here, you're going to see Alex Bowman in that 7 car blow an engine right in front of the 66 of David Reagan, and nowhere to go for Casey Mears. Runs right in the rear end of the unsponsored number 7 of Alex Bowman. Mears drives away, but not sure if he'll be able to continue, because that is some heavy-duty damage on the number 13 of Casey Mears. Alex Bowman, his car was transported to pit road right away, as he was unable to drive that car because of the engine failure. So that is a tough break for Alex Bowman, who was 32nd in points. He will finish 42nd today. Okay, we're just about past the halfway point in this race, and we're being led by the 20 of Matt Kenseth, Kurt Busch, Carl Edwards, Jeff Gordon, and Paul Menard. Brad Keselowski 6, Ryan Newman, Casey Kane, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who's having a great run, and Joey Logano. Kevin Harvick, Jim McMurray, Denny Hamlin, Dale Jr., and Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Busch, Ty Dillon, Martin Truex, Eric Almirola, and Sam Hornish. Kyle Larson, Greg Biffle, AJ Allmendinger, Brian Vickers, Michael Annett, Justin Allgaier, Clint Boyer, Trevor Bayne, Cole Witt, and Tony Stewart. Moffitt, Blaney, all the way back now in 32nd. DJ Yaley, Josh Wise, Gilliland, Burton, Reagan, Dillon, Landon Castle, and Casey Mears. Matty Benedetto is 41st, 3 laps down, and here comes at 41 of Kurt Busch, right under the rear end of the 20 of Kenseth. He got a great jump on, great jump there on the restart. Ah, man. And now the 19 in the inside of the 41. Look at Casey Kane and that power. Look at the run the father Casey Kane has. Josh by Keselowski and Menard, both in turn 3. Now quickly he drives to the back bumper of the 24 of Jeff Gordon. Kenseth, Gordon, Kane trying to get win number 2 and punch their ticket into the 2015 chase, while Kurt Busch and Carl Edwards are fighting to make the chase in their 41 and 19. And we have Justin Allgaier smoking down the back straightaway. Possibly an engine failure, possibly ran into by somebody. There's Casey Mears. He is still remaining on track, and he did not lose a lot. But here comes the 41 of Kurt Busch to the inside of Matt Kenseth. And there's Edwards and Kane charging hard to the front 2 leaders. And there goes the 41 by Kurt Busch. And the Haas CNC Chevrolet clears Kenseth off turn 4. Edwards in the 19 now tries to take advantage of the 20 car who appears to be starting to mishandle now. Kenseth goes high, Casey Kane goes high. Here comes Gordon and Logano on the inside. And Logano makes a move to the inside of Jeff Gordon on the 24. Justin Allgaier. It was a piston issue for the 51 H Scott number 51 team. 9 laps remaining at Kansas for Kurt Busch. Can he hang on? His brother Kyle won just a couple of weeks ago at Richmond. Denny Hamlin out of the inside of Logano. Stenhouse drives by McMurray, brings Newman, Kyle Busch, and a great run right now for that 33 of Ty Dillon. Johnson has had a pretty average season, but is not running well tonight, trying to get around Kevin Harvick for 15th place. And Johnson does not have a win yet in 2015. David Reagan, who finished 2nd at Talladega, right now 31st in that 66 car. And Kenseth and Kane judged by Carl Edwards. I think that 5 car might have the car to beat right now. It's just a matter if he can get around the 20 car and have enough time to chase down the 41. Hamlin right now is now in 6th place. Menard, Logano, Keselowski, and Ryan Newman. 7 to go. Hamlin to the inside of Jeff Gordon. And Kane to the inside of Matt Kenseth. Brings Carl Edwards in that 19, but Kane overdrives it. Here comes Carl on the inside. Casey Kane overdrove it in turn 1. Kenseth fighting back on the outside. What a move by the 19 of Carl Edwards. And Kane made a big mistake in turn 1, overdrove it. Now Denny Hamlin fighting on the inside in that 11 car. While they do this, Kurt Busch pulling away, and right now has a 6/10 of a second lead on his teammate, or not teammate, the 20 of Matt Kenseth. Now Hamlin to the inside of Casey Kane, 4th place. Joe Gibbs Toyotas have been fast all year long, but have only gotten a win with Matt Kenseth and Kyle Busch. And Busch is all the way back in the 11th spot. 18 car has been getting faster though throughout the race. Now Edwards trying to get around his teammate Kenseth, 2nd place. Doesn't seem like Matt has anything for the 41. Can Carl go and chase him down? He has only 5 to go. Kurt Busch, can he hang on? If he was to get in the lap traffic, the first car he would meet would be the 46 of Michael Annett. He's about 3 seconds off from Kurt Busch, and I think he could get there. Because that 46 is pretty slow. There's the margin between the 46 and the 41. And then they would get to Cole Witt, Josh Wise, Casey Mears. And look at this. Denny Hamlin up to second place. In the 11, Kane to third, Edwards to fourth, and Matt Kenseth all of a sudden has fell back to fifth. Potentially it's sixth if Jeff Gordon can get by, and he's bringing Paul Menard and Joey Logano with him. And Kurt Busch is caught to the back bumper of Michael Annett. Here comes Denny Hamlin. Look at Denny Hamlin to the outside of Kurt Busch. Stuck behind the 46 of Michael Annett, just like Kyle Larson at Bristol. How impatient is that 19 going to be now as he gets stuck behind the 46 of Annett? The two guys who were able to get away, Denny Hamlin and Cole Witt's going to turn Josh Wise off turn 4. Caution will come out. The 3 to go. Almirola is on pit road. We have a spinning 98 car. And right into, Denny Hamlin runs right into the 98 and takes out Menard, Kenseth, Kurt Busch, and Carl Edwards. And the win, they're still wrecking. Oh, God. Ty Dillon, Newman, Stenhouse, Johnson, Harvick, they're still wrecking. Cole Witt turns Josh Wise and Denny Hamlin, your leader, and Casey Keenan is off pace. Logano, Gordon, Jeff Gordon might be the winner. Logano's second, looks like Matty Benedetto is off pace. David Reagan's coming down pit road. David Gilliland's on pit road. Almirola, Boyer. And because we don't want to lose any time to Jeff Gordon and what's really going on, let's go back and see what happened as a bunch of stuff was going on. We might have been under caution before Josh Wise got turned. Actually came out with Eric Almirola, Kyle Larson who went up for a ride, and Ryan Blaney right here. Larson and Allmendinger racing hard for 19th place. Allmendinger turns Kyle Larson around, and up the track he goes, up into Ryan Blaney and Eric Almirola, last week's winner. Austin Dillon runs right into Blaney, Biffle, Boyer, Reagan, Stewart, Bain, possibly Vickers. There's David Gilliland, DiBenedetto. First one that actually able to get by all that was the 26 of Jed Burton. While that was going on, Josh Wise is going to get turned. This is a big part. Josh Wise gets turned by Cole Witt off turn 4. And he's going to end up collecting Denny Hamlin. That's the kind of picture Denny Hamlin was going to run right into the 98. And here comes Hamlin. Right in the Hamlin, right in the Wise, and Casey Kane also got involved in Jeff Gordon, and Joey Logano got by Hamlin, Kenseth, Edwards, and Kurt Busch all get taken out in the process. And Kyle Busch runs into the net. There's Newman, Stenhouse, Hornis, Harvick, Johnson, Earnhardt. I mean, have you ever? This Menard, Kurt Busch, a great run, had the win in the bag until he got slowed down by Michael Annett. I just cannot believe it. This Ty Dillon, a lot of damage on the 33. Take you to the last lap, and it appears that Jeff Gordon is going to win the race at California. It's like Ryan Newman is somehow going to get a top 5 finish in that 31 car, but Jeff Gordon, we are going to have another 2-time winner. So far, in 2015, Kevin Harvick and Brad Keselowski have locked themselves a spot in the 2015 chase. And it appears that the number 24, driver in Hunger Chevrolet, and your 2015 point leader, Jeff Gordon, in his final year, will be in the chase for 2015 as he grabs his second win of the year. Jeff Gordon wins at Kansas. And Logano, Kenseth, Newman, and possibly Carl Edwards is going to come home 5th, but 1 lap down in the 19 car. Have you ever? Oh my goodness. Brad Keselowski, Sam Hornis could be getting a top 10. Johnson could be sneaking up to get a top 10, and same with Dale Jr. Brett Moffitt 16th, Jed Burton 17th. Goodness grief. But that will do it here at Kansas. Jeff Gordon, your winner. Tomorrow, the NASCAR Xfinity Series will be racing live from the Iowa Speedway, their next short track race, Iowa. So while they're doing until next weekend at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the beginning of All-Star Weekend, 12 Days of Thunder at Charlotte, it is Jeff Gordon getting his second win of the year, and Joey Logano getting another runner-up finish. So we will see you next weekend at Charlotte for the All-Star race. Congrats to Jeff Gordon on the win in the Spongebob Squarepants 400.